Hi guys, welcome to another exciting episode. I hope you find it exciting anyway, or at least interesting, of the H Talks comics, films, and combat sports. So basically, I just wanted to put this out there, guys. Do you think we're a lot more critical as a society since the dawning of social media? By that I mean this, what you're watching me talking on now, which is YouTube, Twitter. Back in the day, it was MySpace. Obviously, there's Facebook and Instagram and TikToks and all this other stuff. SoundCloud, I guess, it's all social media. Because Buster Douglas, he knocked out Tyson. I was literally a few months old. I wasn't even a year old. I think I was like, was I 6 months? I might have been, no, 4, 5. Yeah, I think I was like 5 or 6 months old when that happened back in 1990, February 1990. That was. It was a long time ago, guys. Long time ago. But yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I wasn't around then. I spoke to my dad about it, and he said he remembers people being shocked, but he doesn't remember overall like criticalness over it. People being vicious about it. Like no one would have called Tyson a bottle, 100% not, or a bottle or nothing like that. And then, in fact, as it went on, people said, "Oh, Tyson," because it was because his trainers, Rooney, and that he split up with him because Costemaro wasn't there. He died. Like, I'm not saying they're giving excuses, but they basically explained it away in that sense. Whereas to Joshua, obviously, we're in the moment, but if you look at any Anthony Joshua video which gets or interview gets uploaded on IFL, if Tyson Fury talks about him, yeah, you all know Tyson Fury is my favourite, but I'm saying I'm going to be objective because it's always about being objective. Any video where someone makes a comment, it's all critical right now. Like everyone's saying, oh, he's got exposed, he wasn't that good anyway, he was rubbish. At the end of the day, he still was a unified champion of the world, which is still a rarefied air, which not many people in the world will ever do, let's be honest. So while I actually am one of the people who thinks he does a bit flat-footed, a bit robotic, a bit stiff, I'm still not going to be overcritical and say he's exposed, because to say you're exposed means, to me, you're out in the open, you're not as good as everyone thought. Like, I think he was as good as a lot of people thought, or some people thought. Obviously, putting him up, like people saying he's comparing to Tyson and stuff like that, that's not fair. But then comparing to Frank Bruno, he's already achieved more than Frank in terms of winning an amount of titles and actually being able to defend his title. He did defend his title, I think people forget this. Well, he's defended IBF, and then he won Joseph Parker's title, and he defended against Povetkin. He also defended the IBF against Takam, so he had defences as well. And I like Frank. I've met Frank Bruno actually a couple of times in person. Got some pictures of him as well. He's a really nice lad, really nice guy. But you can't compare him in terms of career. I think that's really unfair in terms of on AJ, because look at his actual achievements in terms of what he's already done, held more titles, and defended them. On the other hand, we've got social media, and it's so easy for people to just criticize anyone. Like honestly, like it's I don't know, it's weird, isn't it? Like people who'd never be able to interact with celebrities before, including myself, now we can go on Twitter, and a lot of people use that as a chance to take the mick out of the celebrities and give them vile abuse. And yeah, I don't really agree with any of that. Also, I can't remember who said it, but someone once said to me years and years ago, they said, never say something online which you wouldn't say to someone's face. And that is true, have you noticed that? So the people that obviously and always seem to be like the trolls, have you noticed? Go look at their YouTube, click on them. They don't ever have a video uploaded because they're too scared. They don't want people to see them out in the open like I am right now, showing my tats, showing my Macho Man, showing my cross, showing Deadpool. Do you know what I mean? They honestly don't like that. They don't want people to know where they are, who they are, anything about them, which is their prerogative, I guess. But the problem is, if you're giving someone vile abuse, I personally think that you should have to either have a verified YouTube. By that I mean not verified as in the tick, I mean as in be a human being, have a couple of uploads, or at least have a picture of yourself. Because how can you disrespect someone's looks, or disrespect their voice, or their way they communicate, or the way they enunciate their words, when you have got nothing to indicate you could do better? I've never understood that. And obviously you can critique things, we can all critique things. I critique films, and I'm not a thespian actor. I did drama at school, and if anyone wants to ever hook me up for an acting job, come on. But no, seriously, like we all critique certain films, say that's good, that's bad, whatever. We don't have to be Morgan Freeman, we don't have to create our own Shawshank Redemption. So don't get me wrong, you can be critical, but I'm all about the vile abuse, like David Price. The reason I do this video today is because I was watching David Price interview, I think it was on Sky Sports Boxing, yeah, and he was just saying, oh, well, a lot of us have said maybe AJ shouldn't take the immediate rematch, could be a mistake and all this kind of stuff. And look at all the comments, and literally I say 80% of them is people who probably never had an MMA fight, never had a boxing match, probably either overweight or underweight, out of shape. I'm guaranteed, possibly an incel. I don't know. I'm not trying to take the mick, but let's be honest. And they're all ripping him, and they're like, "Oh, we'd knock him out," or "The win knocks out David Price," and all this kind of extreme stuff. Which is like, this guy's got a family, he's got kids. Imagine he's looking at and reading that. At the end of the day, you got to think Mike Telesitis, who was on Love Island a couple of years back, he killed himself. We don't know all the reasons, but obviously a lot of people said who were close to him said he felt alone, he felt abused, he didn't like being called Muggy Mike. It became like the known name for him that affected him mentally. Sophie Gradon, who was also on Love Island a few years ago, she did the same thing. There's a girl right now called Molly May Hague who a lot of people are abusing. At the end of the day, she's on a dating show. The whole point is to date and talk to other people, other dudes, and people having a really bad go at her. At least what I saw on Instagram and Twitter. Like, I saw hundreds, if not thousands, of comments being really slaggy and slagging her off, but not being slaggy, being slagging her off and calling her names and calling her a catfish when it was far from the case. It's just repugnant to me. It's repulsive behaviour by a lot of what you people call trolls. But here's the worst thing: these trolls are actual real humans. But let's be honest, they're not all bots, are they? Most of them aren't bots. They're people like you and me. And they've got nothing better to do than get on fake YouTube and take the mick out of people who are achieving things, or who at least living their dream. Also, I don't know what this green laser thing is. I don't know where that's coming from, but I just noticed that. It's kind of freaking me out, guys. What is that? That is really weird. Anyway, let's hope I don't get shot in the arm. But yeah, sorry guys, that really freaked me out. But yeah, no. Let's just all have a bit more decorum. Let's all have some peace. Let's have some love. And that's what I'm gonna ask this out for you guys. Is social media making the average man and woman more critical? Let me know what you guys think.